Hi, I'm exhausted tonight. I spent the day running around, running errands, going to Sprouts, taking care of some stuff, but also trying to figure out how to make Artistic Hope into a Patreon, which I have a Patreon account. I've just never actually taken the step of like finishing the final profile because I wasn't sure what I could do with it because I did all this work to create websites with Artistic Hope and Women's Love Peace. And I knew that I wanted to monetize it. Plus, I wasn't sure if anyone was going to actually want to read my content. Like, I was trying to build a fan base, I guess. I don't like calling it that, but of people who respected my opinion and people who wanted to hear and read about what I was writing as far as the arts are concerned. And instead, I got a bunch of Twitter trolls and stalkers and attackers. And I'm not sure if it's a combination of the fact that people wanted to discredit me as being able to talk about the arts for jealousy or pettiness, or the fact that there's an organization in Kenya that blatantly stole my name. There's an organization in Kenya called artistichope.org, and they were called something else on Instagram, started following me on Instagram, and then changed their name to my name. Like in my Instagram, I had that I was Artistic Hope, and they actually created they changed their name on Instagram to be Artistic Hope. And I was like, you just took my blog name. You do know I own the website, right? And in 2013, they actually registered it. And here's what's so interesting about that. I had actually run an ad in a British paper here in Los Angeles in 2010 when I first registered the name Artistic Hope. In a British paper in Los Angeles. So this paper was published in Los Angeles, run by the Brits, but also published, I believe, in Britain. And Kenya is a Commonwealth country of the UK. So I don't know who's on the board of this organization. I don't know if people in Hollywood are affiliated with it. I have the sense that someone wanted to stop me from being Artistic Hope. I've had this guy, Lee Ryder, Lee Kambarian, who is a Jewish MAGA, who has been attacking me and trolling me. Michael Laverne is a Homeland Security agent who I now kind of suspect may be the person who really got me blacklisted from sets. Like, Jeff Olin tried to insinuate that first he tried to insinuate my father had nothing to do with it. Then later someone tried to imply my father was responsible for it. But then I'm wondering because Michael Laverne had the same job that my father did basically here in Los Angeles. I'm wondering if he did something within the state of Los Angeles to convince Homeland Security here that I needed to be treated this way, and that Disney and ABC have contractual relationships with the government. For example, with Tom Cruise movies, with Paramount, they use Army equipment and stuff for their movies. So I am kind of a little wondering if it's possible that the federal government had something to do with this. And some people tried to imply, to basically gaslight me, that I was some sort of conspiracy theorist, but I'm not. I don't care really that much about all the stuff that, like, what is that group, that the liberal democratic group that like the GOP keeps saying is the cause of everything, but I question their existence. Like, there's a part of me that thinks the entire organization was created just to create drama in our political structure. What is the name of that group? But anyways, whoever took away the woman in the UK who took away, or I think she's in the UK based on her cell phone, who took away my Twitter account for over a year, she implied that she was hunting those kinds of people when she took my account. But then she talks about people like the woman who runs Hollywood OS as though she knows her and knows they're friends. She's become buddy-buddy with Lee Ryder, Lee Kambarian, and it all makes me feel like she isn't probably who she says she is. Like, she could have easily just created a Gmail account, plopped her name on it, or actually a Hotmail account, put her name on it. Her name could be completely different. She might not actually exist as the name that she uses. And I may never know who she is. Shonda Rhimes has put my phone number up, or someone has. And I've actually emailed at least one of those sites saying, hey, it's my number. Why are you using it? That's the wrong number. You have the wrong number for Shonda Rhimes. But instead, I'm still getting calls. And now I'm getting calls from actors who want to work on our show, and I'm basically being blunt with them and saying, excuse me, you have not reached Shonda Rhimes. And it is very rude of you to even contact a producer like that. You should actually be going through the proper channels, i.e. finding out who the casting agent is and contacting the casting agent for the show, not going directly to Shonda Rhimes. That's what people don't know. Like, I worked on the set of Shonda Rhimes' show, Grey's Anatomy, for 3 years, and I saw Shonda Rhimes twice. Twice. Both times she was riding a cart around the studio lot. I never actually saw her on set. I never actually saw her talking to the actors. The only people who were on set were the directors and the DP and the crew. She was never there. So for those of you trying to think, I mean, yeah, granted, that's the thing. And that may be actually a thing that Shonda Rhimes is using to claim that she has nothing to do with this, because technically, legally, I mean, Eric Dane and Patrick Dempsey talk about, and other actors talk about how she's their boss, right? And there are articles written about how Shonda Rhimes fired this actor or got rid of this actor. And I'm like, yeah, but you know what the weird thing is, though? I never saw her have, like, direct contact with any of the actors on the show. It's all behind closed doors. Like, maybe at the read-through, maybe at the casting, maybe at the casting decision. But she was never, I never saw her on set. So even trying to get to her, to get cast on one of her shows, that may not work at all. And I'm not here to give any advice as an actor. I want to be doing acting. I'm sorry, guess what? I failed as an actor. And and I didn't fail because I tried and failed. I was made to fail because of corrupt activity within the industry, and because I got sick and was attacked while being sick. I am not interested now in grooming the next generation to be actors when I still want to be an actor. I'm not interested in being a narcissist who wants people to feed on my energy and to get their attention. I'm more interested in truth. I'm more interested in art. I am more interested in people actually wanting to have my opinion, not people feeding my ego. And I would rather have people wanting to pay me for content that they really want to receive. And if they don't want it, like I was going to do something where I have like the blogs that I write about the art, but then I was also going to be continuing with the television show or the YouTube channel show that I do called Cognition and Da Vinci, and trying to come up with, trying to maybe do something where I try to make a video a month. Because I think weekly is too much, and also I don't have enough bandwidth content probably to save, like to have enough space to be able to do a video every week. What I would do is I would put them on Artistic Hope, and then after a period of time I would move them to YouTube. But then people who were subscribed to Artistic Hope would get first dibs on seeing whatever I created. That was one of the ideas I had. But I feel like maybe it's too late. That there's no way I'm going to have a business, and there's no way I'm going to have my own income, and I'm not going to be going to get a job, though, in an office where I spend 40 hours a week in a job I'm going to hate, and I'm going to be stressed out because I hate it, and I'm going to be stressed out because I'm miserable, and I'm going to be stressed out because I don't like my boss or anybody I work with, and I don't want to be friends with anybody there because I want to be back on sets with actors, and people treating me like crap because apparently I need to know that I'm not good enough to be with the actors, and I'm just a subhuman in America and a doormat. And being an actor is what I want to be. I don't want to have contact with you if you don't want me being an actor. I don't want to be in your life if you want to. I don't want to be employed by you. If you want me to spend 40 hours a week working for you and never have the opportunity to be an actor again. Because I wanted to find ways to be employed. I mean, that's what makes me angry right now. I found an article from SAG AFTRA where they basically were encouraging people, to have businesses related to the industry. And that's what I was trying to do. And for some reason, I wasn't allowed to do that. Because I wasn't born in California. Asaph Cohen, Woody Schultz, because I'm not a boy or a guy. Because I wasn't married. I wanted, I got to the point in my life where I think I wanted to get married, but I wanted to get married to someone who was my best friend, and that would have been an actor. So is that the reason? Because there's some crazy actor out there who thinks, she's going to make me marry her. Or for that matter, because David H. Lawrence asked me out and I refused to go out with him. John Ponzio, he expressed an interest in me and I told him no when I found out he was seeing somebody else and lied to me about it. I'm not the kind of person who's desperate for a guy. I was never after anyone. What I wanted to do was to have the opportunity to be able to take casting at workshops at SAG Foundation, to be able to use the resources at the voice lab, to be able to do auditions. And instead I got blacklisted and cut off from all the resources of SAG AFTRA. I didn't care about running for an office with the union. I never wanted to. I didn't want to do that. And I don't know who's doing it. I mean, the lawyers of SAG AFTRA, obviously, they're doing it to me. But I don't know who is telling them to do that to me. Or if they're doing it just without even telling anybody they're doing it. Because I never attacked anybody. I never hurt anybody. I didn't hit anybody. I didn't attack anybody. I was assaulted. And I reacted to that assault as an act of defense. And I don't care if people think, and saying, oh, well, Laura, we think you're crazy. Okay. But guess what? If you think I'm crazy, and yet I've not done anything violent, and I've not committed a crime, then you're discriminating against me because you think I'm mentally ill, which means you're discriminating against me under the guise of the American Disability Act. Does everyone comprehend that? If they're calling me crazy, and yet I have no history of violence, no history of attacking anyone, and it's just the fact that I'm honest about how they make me feel by doing this to me. Catch-22. You're making me feel like this. But if I express how they really make me feel, then all of a sudden I'm mentally ill and I might be dangerous. I'm thinking, I'm not dangerous. They're dangerous to me by cutting me off from the entertainment industry, cutting me off from doing the things that I want, and then using it as an excuse. And I do not trust law enforcement at this point. Because law enforcement, I feel like, would rather throw me into a therapy session than actually understand the fact that my rights have been violated, understand that my dreams have been destroyed, understand that I can't work now because there is nothing I enjoy doing, and I'm going to spend the rest of my life being miserable. I mean, I'm crying myself. I want to cry myself to sleep every night because I can't do acting. I want to be able to feel confident again doing an audition. I want to be capable of actually running lines with an actor and not feeling like that actor might attack me, hurt me, lie to me, slander me, or try to assault me. And I'm not going to feel comfortable with someone who isn't an actor. I'm not. I'm not going to care if you've got a job and can buy me dinner. Because I want to be doing acting again. That's who I am as a person. It really is. I was driven to make money if I could be an actor. I'm not driven to make money. I can't just make money. I feel like I'm being lobotomized. Like I feel like I'm being pushed to the point where I'm going to have a job that's mundane, ridiculous, boring, dull, pathetic, repetitive, and mindless. So that my intellect slowly withers away. It doesn't grow. It doesn't thrive. I'm Phi Beta Kappa and Mensa, but I'm going to be stuck doing a job I could have done when I was in high school simply because of how archaic California is, and how archaic law enforcement is, and how archaic our legal system is. I'm not a Scientologist. I do not want to be a clear, because in my opinion, a clear would be just as like mentally dull as being nothing. I don't want to be someone who wears a suit and tie and just walks around like a robot. I want to be able to express myself without feeling like people are taking advantage of it too. And I'm tired. I'm kind of scared of all of this. Because everything I thought I knew about America has become a lie. It has. We play games. We walk on eggshells. And we don't connect to each other. And it's getting worse. I mean, if the acting community dies in Los Angeles, like if the art of acting dies, I think we are going to lose our capacity to be human. If the tech takes over, we are losing the capacity to be people who actually can feel and connect with each other. I can't. Well, I mean, the friends I have, or the few friends I do have, are all actors. They're all in the entertainment industry. And I'm never going to be friends with people like Lee Ryder Kambarian. Whatever he does to make a living, which I don't know. Because, I mean, he was in the military. He was a vet. I'm not interested in hanging out with someone who wants to talk computer tech stuff all day. I want to be able to read a book. I want to be able to finish the 60-page script. Here's the thing, I've got a 60-page script I want to finish. And it's not because I have writer's block. And it's not because it's difficult or hard. I literally have not been able to sit down and do it because I figure, what's the point? Like, I have a mental block with the idea that even though I finish it, the compliments of a woman from Fox News, Fox Television, who basically told me that she would want to cast someone else to play a part that I wrote for myself. I haven't been able to get over what she said to finish it. Because I know my movie's never going to be made, because the way the studio system is, the studios only want who they want. They want the elite celebrities to play all the roles. And they only let a few people in who are new, who have to prove themselves. And it's completely wrong. There are so many talented, good people who are being denied the opportunity of actually achieving their dreams. Because Hollywood is only allowing the stuck-up private school Cali people or the Ivy League people to achieve those positions. And some of those people put up the facade that they're a regular person who you guys can all relate to. Dig, people. Do your homework. I don't think very many people can relate to me because my IQ is high. Like Gina Davis's Mensa, high. But I still want to be an actor. Because I want to create smart stuff, not stupid stuff. I want to play smart characters. I don't want to play stupid characters. I don't want to work for Disney. Not after what they did to me. I didn't deserve that. I just wish I could have the life back that I had before. I wish I felt safe in my own skin. I wish I felt safe to be creative and to be vulnerable. And I wish that people were really being genuine with me. I desperately need genuine. But oddly enough, no. My idea of genuine is not someone else's idea of genuine, I guess. I know the difference between right and wrong. I just, with my union, knew that. I don't think I'm going to be okay until SAG AFTRA lets me walk back into the building and apologizes to me and say, yes, she's really a member and she deserves to be here. That's the truth. I want SAG AFTRA to let me back in. And I want justice for them keeping me out for this long. Why is it that SAG AFTRA and the entertainment industry are the only industry that are allowed to violate the American Disabilities Act and to be inhuman and fascist to everyone?